Hello everyone, today we're talking about how the Firearms Policy Coalition was right. Now, if you've seen what's going on, a couple other people have talked about this already, but with the Texas abortion ban, how Texas was allowing private individuals to sue people who partook in abortions, and that's a whole situation going on in Texas. Now, the Supreme Court seems like they have allowed this, and now a lot of people were talking about how the Firearms Policy Coalition wrote a brief saying that if you allow this sort of law to pass, that these laws will be altered and this sort of scheme will be used in other states to affect people's rights to keep and bear arms. Now, when I saw that initially, a lot of people were blowing up. I saw various Instagram accounts, various people commenting specifically on Armed Scholar Anthony's channel, talking about how they were so upset with the Firearms Policy Coalition because what they thought was happening was that the FPC was saying, yay, abortion's good. And now that's obviously not what they were saying. What they were saying was that if you allow this sort of scheme to bypass the review of the courts, that this will then be turned and used against people who want to own guns because, like we see just the other day, Gavin Newsom announced that he thinks that this law in Texas is so bad that he is going to implement means and ways that that law is enacted in California to affect people's rights to keep and bear arms. Now, the statement was pretty brief, it was pretty vague, but it seems to be alluding that he wants to allow people to sue the manufacturers, sellers, and owners of assault rifles and assault weapons, both of which are already illegal in the state of California, and of ghost guns and ghost gun kits. Again, already illegal to manufacture a ghost gun or an assault weapon in the state of California. So I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. Now, you got to keep in mind, Gavin Newsom does not write laws, but Gavin Newsom does have a lot of influence with politicians because they all want to look good to their team and say, hey, look, I worked with Gavin Newsom to get this passed, and then they add that to their resume so that they can continue to propagate more lizard propaganda. So I think that this is a pretty shitty situation because it's one of two things is going to happen. Either the courts are going to have a hypocritical stance on which rights they choose to allow to be affected in what ways, or they're going to completely ignore it and have the state of California be a place where manufacturing a firearm could potentially end up allowing your neighbor to sue you. Kind of a crazy situation, not exactly something that we know too much details about because, again, these laws have not been written. These bills have not been written. We don't see them because Gavin Newsom just made a statement. However, when Gavin Newsom, or the governor of the state of California, and if they're a Democrat, says we want to do this, I'm pretty sure the legislatures are already chomping at the bit. I would be willing to bet that Mark Levine and all the other gun grabbers are looking for who's going to sponsor this, who's going to be the lead author on it, who's going to get their name on it. They're all chomping at the bit to be the one that gets to ban it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Again, Firearms Policy Coalition was right. They are going to use these types of laws to affect people's ability to keep and bear arms. Not surprising. We're going to have to see how this goes. I will keep you updated. The more information that I find out, the more information I will share with you. If you find out information before I share it, send it my way. Reach out to me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace. Whew, that was a long sentence. Breathe.